Imagine being told you're not smart enough to achieve anything. Imagine struggling so badly in school that even reading a simple page felt impossible. Most kids in that situation would give up, and many adults would assume they were destined to fail. But Richard Branson wasn't like most kids. He was a dyslexic school dropout, dismissed by teachers and doubted by nearly everyone. Yet he went on to build one of the most recognizable empires in the world, the Virgin Group. From selling records in a small shop to building airlines and even chasing the dream of space travel, his journey proves that struggle can be the spark that ignites greatness. Welcome back to Fuel of Hustlers, the channel where we uncover the true stories of grit, failure, and triumph. If you've ever felt like the odds are stacked against you, Richard Branson's journey will show you that your weaknesses can become your strengths, and your setbacks can be the fuel that drives you forward. Richard Branson was born in 1950 in Surrey, England, into a supportive but ordinary family. From the start, school was a nightmare. He suffered from dyslexia, a learning difficulty that made reading and writing incredibly challenging. Teachers thought he was lazy. They told him he would never achieve anything. In fact, one headmaster bluntly said that Branson would either end up in prison or become a millionaire. That prediction was meant as criticism, not encouragement, but Branson took it as motivation. By the age of 16, he dropped out of school, armed with nothing but determination and a desire to do something on his own terms. His first business venture was a youth magazine called Student. It wasn't a huge financial success, but it gave him his first taste of entrepreneurship, creating something from scratch and persuading people to believe in it. Soon after, he stumbled upon a bigger idea, selling records by mail order at cheaper prices than traditional stores. That idea grew into Virgin Records. Starting with a small shop in London, Virgin Records quickly grew into one of the biggest names in the music industry. Branson signed artists like the Sex Pistols, Mike Oldfield, and Culture Club, building a label that disrupted the industry. Virgin Records became a global powerhouse, and Branson became a millionaire. But he wasn't satisfied with just music. In the 1980s, Branson took one of his boldest risks, launching Virgin Atlantic. Competing with established giants like British Airways seemed insane to most people. But Branson's creativity and focus on customer experience made Virgin Atlantic stand out. It wasn't just another airline, it was stylish, innovative, and bold. Soon, Virgin Atlantic became a respected player in the aviation industry. From there, Branson expanded into almost everything. Virgin Mobile, Virgin Trains, Virgin Hotels, Virgin Money, and Virgin Galactic, his ambitious project to take everyday people into space. Some of these ventures thrived while others flopped. Virgin Cola failed. Virgin Cars didn't last. Even Virgin Brides disappeared quickly. But Branson didn't see failure as the end. He saw it as feedback. In his words, business opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. The very thing that once made life so hard for him, his dyslexia, turned out to be his hidden strength. Because he couldn't focus on details, Branson trained himself to look at the big picture. He learned to delegate tasks, trust experts, and focus on vision, leadership, and creativity. He thought differently, and that unique perspective gave him an edge. Today, the Virgin Group includes over 400 companies worldwide. Richard Branson is worth billions, but more importantly, he has built a life defined by adventure, risk-taking, and resilience. Whether it's crossing oceans in a hot air balloon, creating airlines, or building rockets for space tourism, Branson lives by the belief that business should be fun and life should be an adventure. His story is a reminder that success doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from daring to be different, taking risks, and refusing to quit when life gets tough. Branson's journey proves that the very obstacles that seem like weaknesses can become the foundation of greatness. So the next time someone tells you that you're not good enough or that you don't have what it takes, think of Richard Branson, the school dropout who couldn't spell properly but who turned his so-called disadvantages into a billion-dollar empire. Your struggles don't define your future, your persistence does. And that's today's story of hustle and grit. If Richard Branson's journey inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe to Fuel of Hustlers, and share this video with someone who needs motivation. Stay hungry, stay bold, and above all, keep hustling. Until next time.